Alrighty. As you all know by now, Ryan Garcia dropped a video. It was a clip video, but it was of Tank Davis and Devin Haney, their sparring session, how it went, things of that nature. So I made a video about it myself. Devin was young in the sparring session, so we could only take it with a grain of salt. Devin was young. The styles look still pretty similar. I think Devin was in that session. I think he was a little bit too stationary, and he doesn't necessarily fight like that now. Now Devin is much more comfortable using the gifts that the Lord gave him, like his footwork, his length. But in that sparring session, Tank showed himself to be the same person that he's always, an offensive genius.
Bro, dude, so
Oh,
they still riding on a sparring session that happened almost a decade ago when they both of them not even the same fighters that they are right now. And Tank was 10-0 in the fucking pros, and Devin was an amateur.
yeah.
Come on now.
Well, I wasn't really making a live to talk about like how the people uh, are boosting up this sparring session.
That's what I'm
I'm really
saying.
just making a live to talk about the sparring session because we don't really get to see this type of sparring. Like right now, if you were trying to get Devin Haney and Tank to spar and record it, you're not going to be able to get it. You're not going to be able to get that footage. So I'm kind of just talking about analyzing the footage. What I seen in the footage was Tank Davis. He was all those years ago when he sparred, he was still the offensive genius that he is today. He still had crazy power, and his danger is when he turns on that button and he decides to come forward. And even if they fight, there's going to be a moment where Tank has to make that decision. Like, okay, this is the round where I'm going to turn it on, and it's going to come down to whether or not Devin could weather that storm. But it was nice to see the session. I mean, it's like if you watch the Ryan Garcia, Rolly Romero sparring session, it's a lot of action. Most of it is on Rolly's part. That doesn't mean that Rolly will beat Ryan under the lights. That doesn't mean that he will beat him with those 8 ounces on.
That's
But
what
it's
I'm
nice to
saying.
watch those sparring sessions and analyze it.
Some people say it's a 1 minute sparring session out of a 20-minute video. They just showing Tank highlights instead of showing a whole.
Because Ryan Garcia is the one who leaked it because he's trying to troll Devin, and he's doing that because they're about to fight. So it was great. It was great on Ryan's part. But from what we've seen on that clip, when we look at Tank's offense, his offense pretty much is the same now. Except he fights like that in spurts. I think if in order for him to beat Haney in a real fight at 140, um, he would have to fight like that for rounds, like not just in spurts, not just round 5 and round 8, because Haney is in Mario Barrios. So that's just something interesting that I was looking at when I was watching this sparring session. Um, yeah, he looked exquisite.
I
I
ain't
wish
gonna
that they
lie.
released the whole sparring. I wish that they
See,
released the whole 20
I ain't gonna
minutes.
lie. This pay-per-view finna do like 600, 700K, cuz. I know.
It's gonna make some money.
Hell
And
yeah.
Ryan, once again, shout out to Ryan in the press conference. I'm gonna do a live about that probably Sunday. But in the press conference, Ryan was so chill. I mean, he was so awkward and odd and weird. But then he goes home and releases this. I don't know if he released it before or after that press conference. But this is something very strategic on Ryan's part. Like he got motherfuckers interested not only in a fight with him and Devin, but motherfuckers interested in that Devin and Tank fight even more. And since he's connected to Devin in this instance, it's good for him as well. So Ryan, as a promoter and someone that's going out there fighting the best, shout out to him.
Hey, and all y'all Tank fans, the hyping it up. Listen, I want y'all to be pressuring that fight after Tank done with Frank Martin and Devin done with Ryan. I want y'all to pressure Tank to fight Devin. No rehydration clause, no catch weight at 140. Both y'all at full strength. Let's get it
Mm.
on. Let's get it on. Let's see the best man win. This ain't the same Devin. This ain't the
So who
same
you
Tank.
got? Who you got? And why? If
I got
Tank and
Devin.
Devin fight at
I
140,
got Devin by unanimous decision. But Tank could win by knockout as well.
but
It
why?
depends.
Why?
I just think he the better boxer. He's
No,
more
I'm
seasoned.
saying, okay, he's a better boxer. What does Devin do better than Tank? And like, you know what I mean? Go into why you think. How do you think the fight is going to develop? 12 rounds if they fight. How do you see? How do you envision that happening?
Well, Devin keeping his distance with the jab and shit like that. I think Tank gonna try to take away Devin's jab, but then knowing Devin,
He will have to try to do
he gonna
that.
have to
That's
take
facts.
away his jab. Yeah, if he
And
don't take
thanks
away
for
his
liking the
jab,
live, people watching.
Yeah.
Everyone in here, if you're in the chat, make sure you like and live, and thank you.
If he don't take away,
Hey, real quick, I know you just said you think what's it called, Haney will try to keep his distance. I actually think he'll do the opposite. Like he was saying like Ryan Garcia's whole thing, like the reason Ryan Garcia lost to Tank is he was not patient at all. He was not patient at all. You know, when you're going up against a fighter like Tank, Tank is gonna sit back and he's gonna wait for you to fuck up and he's gonna punch you in your fucking face.
yeah, but thing about it is Devin does the same shit. Devin's disciplined. He's
That's
not
what I'm
gonna
saying
take.
though. With comparing the two, I think Haney's gonna break first. Haney is not gonna be as patient as Tank is. He's gonna be way more aggressive.
No,
In my opinion, anyways. I mean,
Cap.
who knows?
No. Tank is way more aggressive than Haney.
No.
Tank, listen. Tank is way more aggressive than Haney. Haney not more aggressive than
Yeah,
Tank.
but
He's not.
Tank's aggressiveness is almost like a neutral aggressiveness. He's not gonna go out of his way. He's not gonna make a mistake. He's not gonna be
Devin
I
isn't
don't know.
either.
When Tank decides that he wants to push the pace, he's not worried about mistakes. Like
Exactly.
Tank has he has true killer instinct.
Exactly.
So I can disagree with you when you say that he's not going to come forward and make mistakes. I mean, when Tank decides like, damn, it's do or die, he's going to try to do, and we've seen that in the Barrios fight. We saw that in the Leo Santa Cruz fight.
And Devin had Regis Prograis hurt last fight.
But pretty much, if Tank get in trouble, he gonna put the pedal to the motherfucking metal. He not gonna be worried about if he crashes the car. That's what I see when I watch Tank, and that's what makes him such a great killer in the ring. Is that he's not like how Mike Tyson was. Mike Tyson understood, in order for me to get in and get the job done, I might take a shot or two. Tank Davis has that same quality.
No, I'm saying the thing about it is Devin had Regis hurt the last fight and he didn't go for the kill, bro. Devin is not gonna. He's more patient than Tank. He most definitely is. He's more patient. Devin not gonna take a risk to come forward. That's why I don't understand that. Because Tank have shown there's plenty of fights where Tank has come forward and he will take chances. He will break before Haney. I disagree with you.
Hey, let me ask y'all. I'll be rooting. So I'll go ahead and say this. I'll be rooting for Ryan Garcia. Because I personally want him to bounce back and like pick up a win over Haney. But like, if I'm being realistic, if I had to pick somebody, it would be Haney. But I'm gonna be rooting for Ryan. So like, say theoretically, say Ryan does pull like a major upset and he beats Haney. Who do y'all want to see him in his first defense against? I
want to see him in his first defense against Devin Haney in the rematch.
You think a rematch? I'm saying Frank Martin. In my personal opinion, I say Frank Martin, but I could see a rematch as well.
Man, there's no way that Ryan beats Haney and they don't rematch. Like, do you know how much money is on? That's what makes these fights great. That's what really makes the pay-per-view event. Like, if the underdog wins, bro, the rematch goes crazy. And then that's what kind of directs people's careers, because Devin isn't supposed to lose to Ryan at this point, because everybody knows that Devin is a better boxer than Ryan. So say if Ryan was to beat Devin, they rematch, and Ryan somehow beat him again. That could be a huge setback to Devin Haney's boxing career. But since Ryan's the underdog, Ryan could lose and continue to go on talking shit and making money. So there's no way that a rematch doesn't happen. Like, Devin Haney would be forced to avenge himself immediately.
Man, I think the only way
he's respected as a better boxer.
Listen. The only way Ryan Garcia wins if he got to knock him out, bro. He got a puncher's chance.
Facts.
Outside of that, skill for skill, he can't hang.
I don't know. I think it's possible he could go the distance.
No, I think Ryan's gonna knock him out.
He could. I will say he could win by going the only way. I think the only way Ryan wins by going the distance is if he's not super aggressive, and I know that's like a pretty contradictory thing to say about Ryan Garcia, because he's very known for like trying to hit you with the left hook, and he's very aggressive, and he really doesn't want to go the distance if he doesn't have to. But I mean, that's really the only real way. I mean, and I'll be honest with you, like I said earlier, I'm going to be rooting for Ryan. I don't know what the fuck is going on with him lately, dude.
You have to understand.
He is not just on weed. I tell you that he is not on weed.
Man,
he's got to be on something.
Well, he said that he was on. He said that he was on 10 cups of black coffee.
Man, listen.
Don't be shocked if Ryan Garcia. Don't be shocked if Ryan wins a decision.
Do not go for Ryan in that fight, bro. Now that he leaked that sparring session, that supposedly a clipped sparring session, like a chopped up sparring session, Devin gonna beat the fuck out of Ryan. Yeah. That's what's gonna happen. He gonna beat the dog shit out of him.
Do you think Devin is
As
upset
a
about
matter of
that?
fact, wait a minute. I take my word back. I don't think Ryan's gonna knock Devin out. I watched that sparring thing. Devin can take a punch, and Tank was trying to knock his ass out. I seen
Well,
that.
all right. They for one, he's wearing, if I'm not wrong, he's wearing like 20-ounce gloves, and they have protective gear on. I mean, that's one thing. If they didn't have gear on and they had smaller gloves, it would have been a knockout. It would have been a knockout.
Yeah, but Devin showed that he could at least, try to be tough and stand
I
in
mean,
there. He was
not
trying to
really
trade
though. I mean,
punches.
if you go back and watch it, Tank landed 23 to 26 unanswered punches, and that's with headgear on and heavier what's it called? 20-ounce gloves. I mean without the big gloves and without headgear, 23 plus unanswered punches from Tank Davis. No. That's a KO without headgear.
Well, in that case, I was just looking at Tank's punches because I knew Devin wasn't going to hurt Tank in sparring. That's the thing.
I don't know about unanswered because it was clipped.
And
That's
KJ,
You understand what I'm saying?
I got a bone to pick with you, bro.
Like since it was clipped, I can't say that the punches were unanswered. 'Cause I didn't count the punches, but I know that they
Well,
weren't.
there
I can't
was
say that they were unanswered because it was clipped. They didn't show the full
when
sparring session.
when you have it like how you have it behind you right now, like from that angle with Tank on the right and Haney on the left, he landed about 10 unanswered, and then it cut, and they like swap places, and then Tank landed like another like 10 to 15 unanswered. So unedited, it would have been like
That's what's
23
up,
to
man.
26.
Sparring session
But
old.
Yeah,
Yes.
this
yeah,
this
it's
sparring like a decade
it's
old.
like, is it that old? I thought it was only like 5 to 6 years old.
Yes. They said yes. AB, all of them said Devin was 16 and Tank was 21.
They were even champions.
No, this power, Tank was still
Yeah,
a pro though. Devin
yeah.
was amateur, but yeah, you can say that.
Tank was a pro, but I mean, he wasn't really like super known, like nowhere near like he is now.
Yeah, that's facts. But like,
Okay.
Devin not even a fucking pro yet. He not even a grown man.
Yeah, no, he was still in the amateurs. Did Haney even fight Ryan at this point?
I think it was. I don't know. I think he did fight Ryan. I think they spar on like they third or fourth fighting session. I don't know. Cause
Well,
this happened like 2015, some shit like that, 2016.
Jesus, that's like almost 10 years ago. That's
Yeah.
like 8-9 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, so they were both still like kind of inexperienced, you would say?
Yeah.
Like as far as
I will say though, like you, I don't know who it was earlier. I heard somebody say, "Do you think Haney's upset with this?" I will say I don't think he's necessarily upset, but he's not going to be able to say as much as he has. But I don't think he's necessarily upset because realistically, he's just gonna fall back on, oh, that's when I was 16, 17. You know, I wasn't even legal at that point. It'd be different now. It'd be different now. That's all he's gonna say. It'd be different now. So I mean, I don't think he's mad about it. I think he's a little bit like he's not gonna be, because when they asked him about it, like when Ryan and him was face to face, Haney kept on saying, "Oh, I whooped Tank. I whooped Tank. I whooped his ass." He's not gonna be able to say all that now. I mean, of course, unless another like
Well, they
sparring video
sparred. They
comes
said
out.
they sparred twice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, unless another sparring video comes out, maybe he can say that again. But as of now, he's
I
not
mean,
gonna be
there
able
is
to talk.
another video because Bill. That's what I'm saying. Like, if Bill has the other video, they might as well release it. But
Yeah,
that's the shady thing. It's like if Ryan released this and you have a video of you taking money and all of that, then release that one. This is good for the Ryan and the Haney fight, and it's also good for the future Tank and Haney fight. Like, I mean, this shit is just great for boxing.
Fact.
yeah, you can't judge someone off of a sparring session because look what Rolly did to Ryan in sparring.
well,
Right?
He
that's the
Yeah,
fucked
that,
thing
him
though.
up.
You can't
yeah.
Exactly.
He
you
Said
fucked him
can't
earlier.
up.
judge
It
him
doesn't mean
off
that
of
Brody will
a.
beat Ryan in the actual fight.
That's the thing. You can't judge them off of a sparring session. But
That's
the way
what
these
that's what I've been
boxers
trying to tell
are,
people. You can't judge somebody off a sparring session that happened damn near a decade ago. Like
well, the
I
thing
was
KJ,
is,
what's
insane.
going on,
fans
man?
Like my nigga,
fans can't judge them.
I'm grown as
Fans
hell.
can't judge them off of a sparring session, but boxers will. The boxers claim that shit.
I'm 20, yeah, but no, but listen, the boxers can claim that, but the fans be claiming like it's just an actual fighter or some shit. Is what I'm trying to say. Cause you know how many Tank fans I've been arguing before I joined this live? oh shit, Tank almost knocked him out. Tank almost knocked him out. He almost took him out the ring.
It's crazy, man.
But yeah, but what Devin say? They say everything besides this fight.
Loses this, was he even as good as what we thought, or
Man,
was
he
it
was
smoke and
just
mirrors?
Devin wasn't
If
even that
Devin lose
season back
one
then.
fight to Ryan Garcia, I would look at it as a mishap. I wouldn't look at it as, oh, he's not that great. I mean, the
It's going
man
to depend on
number
how he
10
loses. It's going to
the
depend on how he
man, I
loses.
mean, he could get knocked out. They're great fighters. Like Ezra Charles is one of the greatest fighters to ever live. I don't know if you follow his career or anything. He's been knocked out before. He got knocked out by Joe Walcott. You also knocked Joe Walcott out. When you get in there with a man who has a lot of power, and Joe Walcott was extremely skilled. I don't know if Ryan is extremely skilled, but when you get in there with a man with a lot of power, you could potentially get knocked out. It doesn't mean that you was overrated necessarily. You could have just slipped. I got my cousin. His name is Hakeem Rockman. He fought Lennox Lewis. Lennox was a better boxer than Hakeem, but Hakeem landed that fucking punch, man. And that was it. So he was champion of the world off that. But in the
Hey,
rematch, he wasn't able to come through because Lennox Lewis was always a more skilled boxer. You know what I mean? Had better legacy in the sport. So Devin Haney losing to Ryan wouldn't mean that he was overrated or that, his shit is over. It's just that it will be a mishap. Now, if Ryan was to beat him in a way where it's like this man outboxing the shit out this man, and he basically reverses the roles where he becomes Devin and Devin becomes Ryan, then that would be like, okay, what the fuck is going on? Now we can start talking about overrated. But if Ryan lands a crazy left hook, which wouldn't be that crazy because he has a great left hook, and that's all she wrote, that's not the end of Devin. They just got to run it back, and Devin gonna have to be more responsible. One punch is all it takes.
I think if Haney does get knocked out, it's not going to be a left hook. It's going to be some type of right upper hook or uppercut or right hook. I think it's going to be something with his.
It would
right
only
hand.
have to be a right hand. Those are Ryan's power punches, the right hand and the left hook.
I
Look,
don't, I
No
don't, I
other
don't, I
punch he
don't think,
throws
I
is
don't
like
think Devin losing this
he's not
fight,
a Tank
man.
Davis
Man,
uppercut.
listen.
Well, that's why I'm
Listen,
talking
I don't think Devin losing
hypothetically
this fight
if he
man.
does.
because, I mean, come on, man. He publicly said he
look,
smokes weed and drinks. Man, he's not a disciplined fighter,
I,
man.
Bro,
I
listen,
understand
listen,
that,
li-
but
listen,
first
listen.
off,
Let me tell you
I'll let
something. Let me tell you something. When Ryan lose this fight, bro, I know exactly what the people gonna say. Oh, he's Tank's leftovers. We knew Ryan wasn't that good anyway. We already know
No,
what all
Ryan
this
is
shit's gonna
good.
be.
No, Ryan is good. I mean, his record shows. I mean,
Man,
he
his
had
record.
he he
But
Beating up,
he
you
had
beating
guys
up a
have
bunch
to
of
understand
tomato
if
he
Ryan
has good
wins,
timing and he has a good left hand. That's been winning him a lot of
beating a bunch of
fights.
tomato cans. Yeah, hell yeah. Besides,
I
listen,
mean, I
listen,
wouldn't
listen.
say. I
Let me
mean,
ask you this. Listen, hold up.
Luke
Let me ask you
Campbell
this.
isn't a
This
tomato can. I
man,
mean,
listen.
and his
I was about to get
opposition
to
is
that.
going up.
Listen,
You know,
let me ask you
as we
this.
speak. So
Let me ask you this. Tank was his biggest fight to date. He lost that fight, right? Tank is a great. Tank is good. But listen, who the hell has Luke Campbell beat? Who has he beat?
Ryan was going off of the people he fought because Luke Campbell fought like Linares and a few other people, but he hasn't beat anyone realistically now.
Exactly. So you can't say that's a good win on somebody if they don't have nobody on their resume notable. You can say they
Yeah,
skilled. You
I
can
yeah.
say
will say
somebody's
even
skilled, but like
looking at
resume
looking
wise,
at
no.
looking at Ryan's biggest fight, you can say all day long, oh, he got knocked out by Tank, but then you got to look at what round he got knocked out. He at the end of the day, what was it, seventh, eighth round? He went the, he went a long way with Tank. He went way longer than a lot of people had him going.
I
I
mean,
mean, he went
I'm gonna
way
give
longer
him the
than a
benefit of
lot
the
of
doubt
people
in
had
that
him going.
fight. I mean, that fight had a lot of rules, and it was kind of in Tank's favor.
Which is another thing.
I had Tank winning that fight anyway, but the fashion he lost that fight kind of showed that those rules and regulations played a role a bit.
Which I mean,
That's just what I think.
I will say
And there's
this.
a lot of boxers saying they don't know why he accepted the hydration clauses as if they wouldn't do it. They
Listen,
would never
if
do it.
if
So I
Ryan didn't
mean, it
accept
probably
that
played a
rehydration
role, and
clause,
that's why he got beat in that fashion. But
He wanted to prove
I thought
himself.
Tank would
listen,
have beat him anyway, but
if
not in
Ryan
that
didn't choose
devastating
it,
fashion.
if Ryan didn't choose it, there would be no fight. They're gonna be like, "Oh, Ryan, you duck and smoke and shit like that."
No,
It would
but
I don't
never
know if
there's
happen.
y'all. I
fighters
don't know if
openly
y'all
out there
heard,
like
but
if the like the hydration clause was presented to him, they would have turned it down. So it is what it is. If people are gonna say you ducked it, oh well.
nah,
I
Ryan.
mean, you got to
Ryan
look
said
at your benefit too.
Ryan said in the interview. Ryan said in the interview he was like he had been calling Tank out for years, and when Tank proposed that to him, he was like he did not want to turn it down because he'd been wanting it so long. He just wanted to prove himself. And so I mean, it was like there was no way that fight was not going to happen without all the clauses and all the rules. It just wasn't. Tank was not going to agree to anything else.
Exactly.
And that's why. And that's the thing that sucks about
And
that
another thing
fight.
too, if Ryan wasn't so good, like people were like he went up to 140 to fight Barrios, right? But obviously he presented the hydration clause to Ryan Garcia because he knew that Ryan Garcia is a good fighter.
He also did it to Mario Barros. You didn't know that?
Wasn't that fight at 140?
Yeah, it was
I
at
didn't know.
140, but it was
40.
it was under a rehydration clause as well.
Oh, okay.
And Mario
I didn't know.
Barros
I
took
didn't
it
know.
on
I
But
didn't
that
know
round.
that.
but you guys have to understand if we have to be honest. If Ryan wins this fight against Devin, it shouldn't surprise us if he wins a decision. Boxing is a business now; it's not a sport anymore. So I can see them doing some shit and just robbing Devin the way.
Boxing has always been a business,
No,
but Devin Haney will not get robbed by the judges. Like most likely, if Devin wins, it's going to be in dominating fashion. Like this fight,
if anything,
if
if
it's close, if
anybody
it's
was
close,
to
they
get
might end up
robbed,
giving it to Ryan because of what you said. Ryan is a bigger star, but I don't think it's going to be close. I mean,
I think
like somebody
I
mentioned,
think if
Ryan has
anything,
been practicing the best habits of a professional boxer,
I
and
think if
Devin
it
Haney
goes
is
to the
a bigger
judges, I
star for the
mean
business.
Devin's gonna win it regardless. If it goes to the judges, Devin is winning the fight, bro. I mean you can't
the
say.
only
I
I
agree
mean
with
you know
that.
what I
I
mean?
agree with
Like
that.
Devin got to
how
win
how
a
is
decision against Lomachenko.
Man,
You know
Ryan,
what I mean? Like,
Ryan can't box to go the distance. He got to get a knockout, bro. He
yeah
has to.
he
Like
or
that.
in the process if he's landing the more effective punches, then I can kind of see it. But I mean you fighting a purebred boxer that got good feet, and if it goes 12 rounds, I just can't see Ryan Garcia winning that
Exactly.
type of situation.
I've always said I think Ryan's gonna win, but I'll say this: I'm talking about by a knockout. But if it goes the distance, Devin wins, and KJ, you make me eat my words.
Oh,
all
for
right, real
sure.
quick, I just want to address what this dude in the comments is saying. Like, I really get pissed off whenever people say this. Yo, rib sauce, please, like, let anybody in this panel, like, put your arms up in the air and let anybody in this panel punch you in the liver. Like, please, or let a professional boxer do it. Tell me if you're gonna quit, because you want to keep on saying, "Oh, Ryan quit, Ryan quit, Ryan quit."
all right, so Rib Sauce, man, you heard that. Let him know what you think about that, man.
Yeah, I guess he's referring to me.
Yes.
Ryan quit.
How?
That does not show heart. The liver punch is a standard punch in boxing. He could not stand
That
the
you realize
pressure.
90% of fighters would have
Nin-
very, very, very hard trouble getting up from.
90% of fighters get
Especially
punched
a
in the
clean
liver.
flesh one.
Hey,
Especially a
hold on.
clean
Before
flesh one.
listen, I'm gonna let y'all go. But real sauce, I ain't gonna lie. He right, bro. 90% of fighters will not survive that. A liver shot will stun the
No,
body, bro. It will.
90%
Have
of
you ever?
boxers get
I have
punched in
been.
the liver in
Listen,
every fight.
I'm trying to tell you, it hurts. I have been hitting the liver before, bro.
I have
I'm an
also.
experience.
Yes, it hurts. But did you quit?
rib sauce.
I've been
There's
Did
punched.
a
you
I've been
difference
quit?
kicked
between.
there.
I
It
mean,
was a street fight, but
they
shit.
say liver
Real,
shot
hey, real
paralyzes
sauce.
Did
Let
you
me
you
put
when
you in the
quit?
real and see your sauce leak out.
Did you quit when you got hit in the liver?
Bro.
That's a
So
yes or no
you're
question,
telling me
brother.
you're telling me if somebody gets punched in the head and like their eyes roll to the back of their head, is that quitting as well?
No, brother. Stop with the semantics. I
I
said
think that's what Hector
90% of
Garcia did,
Is
fighters
that
bro.
get
quitting as well?
punched.
Big words. He's
Listen,
smart.
listen to me. 90% of fighters get punched in the liver in every fight. Everyone
No,
gets
they don't.
punched in the liver.
No, those are
No,
big
they
body
don't.
shots. Them
No,
don't be
they
no
don't.
livers, bro.
Bro, you know it's
90%
all
of the
about
fighters move on.
it's all about
Man, those
placement.
be
It's all
don't be
about how
you
that
see.
punch
Listen, you
landed.
mistaking body shots for
Like,
liver
what are you
shots.
talking about,
And
bro?
It's all about the
we're talking
positioning of the
about a
fighter that took that punch
two-division
too.
world champion, one division
There's a lot of
undisputed
factors that play in that.
against another guy.
Like what?
Hold on, so Rib Sauce. Let me ask you a question. Do you think a liver shot or a rib shot, whatever you want to call it, do you think those can be landed differently? Would you agree that every fighter
Yes.
does not land a liver shot? Okay, so you can agree with that. So
Yes.
therefore, you cannot sit here and compare every single person's liver shot the same. You cannot do that. If you take a liver, the point is, if you take a liver shot clean and flush, like what Tank did to Ryan, you're at 90 to 95% of fighters are not getting up from that.
How
Every
many?
fighter that
Also,
How many?
he's
Excuse me.
dehydrated from a rehydration clause too. Like
Oh
you're
Lord,
not.
have mercy.
right.
When are
Hey,
people
you know
going
what?
to
You
stop
know it's
making?
kind of
How many fighters do we have in the panel right now? How many
Why does
fighters
that
do we
matter?
have in the panel right now?
So what does
I
that
mean,
matter?
I'm a student of
everyone's been
the
into a
game.
street fight. Yeah, for reals, that's right.
No,
I'm a
no. The
student
Students
of
street
the
every
game.
fight. The
game.
So
street fight. You
Well,
don't get to
KJ, we have KJ. We have KJ.
Look,
You
I
we only
box.
need one.
I'm
I
gonna
know
tell
you
you my
box,
personal
KJ.
experience.
Right.
All right. I'm
Is
gonna tell you
it
my
in you
personal
to
experience.
quit, KJ?
Oh no, I'm gonna give you my personal experience since they asking. My second fight, it was my first Golden Glove, right? I signed up for 152. When I went to the boxing ring, it was a 165-pound fighter waiting for me. So I go in there, he hit me in my liver one point during the fight. I didn't go down or anything like that, but I ain't gonna lie, bro. My legs felt weak as a bitch. But I didn't
Right,
quit.
brother.
And
Did you quit, brother?
that man was in the weight class above me. I shouldn't even have been fighting him. They tried to set me up. But if you're a quitter, it's just in you.
And
There's been
that's
moments
my
in the ring
point,
where I'm like,
KJ.
damn, bro, I'm tired as fuck. But you gotta keep pushing. Somebody in the chat made one great point, and I always state this when it comes to that Ryan Garcia fight against Tank. As soon as the 10-second count happened, Ryan jumped his ass right on up. So he still had energy to keep going. That's
Yeah.
just at the end of the day.
Yes.
Liver
Ryan
shot,
quit.
kidney shot, rib
Except,
shot, nut shot. The boy had energy to keep going.
I'm kind
Could say
of
get it, bro,
I'm kind of in
I
between
don't
about
I
that.
don't really
I'm kind of in
think
between about that.
I don't
though.
know. I mean, KJ, I want to say you know what you're talking about, bro, but when you get literally the breath punched out of you and you're on the ground for 8 seconds cuz he got up
Bro,
at the 8-second
You
mark.
hear what I
you
said, man.
haven't
I'm gonna
been
say
in
it
that
back again for you.
situation, bro. So
I'm
you're
gonna say it back again
speculating.
I
for you.
have actually. I have.
Listen. I'm gonna say it back again for you. I was in a fight with 10-ounce gloves against a 165-pounder, and I was fighting at
So
152.
KJ, let me ask you, do you think he
So
landed
when
it
I
as
got
good
hit in my liver by this 155-pounder, I lost my legs felt light. I did not quit the fight. I did not say oh
Exactly.
shit.
So
So
KJ, do you think
when you say that, what did he say? You don't think you could take my experience? Like literally, that's not even supposed that. I'm not supposed to be getting hit by a super middleweight in my fucking liver.
Exactly.
So you can push forward if then you push forward. If not, then not.
Hey, that's facts though.
so is it the same for headshots?
Listen,
Man,
if you
why
get hit in
y'all
your
keep
head
Bro,
and
pushing
just
something,
answer
stuff
the
other
question.
than
Is it the
you get
same
hit
for
in your head and
headshots?
something shuts off, you get knocked out. You got knocked out.
Hey,
Is
yeah,
it
I
the
ain't gonna
same
lie,
for
Zach.
headshot?
If it's a hit, if you get hit, bro, you get knocked out. I ain't gonna lie, you get knocked out.
Come on, man.
It's not
That's the
meant to
thing.
be
Here's
hit.
the thing. Here's the
Let's
thing.
stop making excuses for this guy.
Whenever people say, "Oh, Ryan quit,"
It's
here's the
just like
thing.
in a lot
Did Ryan
of
get knocked out? Absolutely. Did Ryan get stopped? Absolutely. But for you to sit here and say
I
he
didn't get
He
knocked
quit,
didn't
out.
get knocked out.
it was a
You don't know what
TKO.
you're
Yes, it
talking
was. It
about.
was a
I
TKO.
mean, yeah. I mean,
Bro,
when you
he didn't get knocked out. He quit. A
I mean,
quit is a
Is
TKO,
it a
bro.
TKO or no?
you were
Is it
saying
a
you were saying
TKO or
knocked out
no?
as far as like TKO, then yes.
Is it a
I thought you meant
TKO or
like
no?
Ryan got knocked
Exactly.
out.
It's a
Like no, that
TKO.
was completely costly. But yeah, I misunderstood what you're saying. You correct.
Hey, what do y'all think about Ryan said he had a separated rib before the fight?
It's always excuses, bro. It's
Man, bro,
always
he should have.
excuses.
Man,
I don't
I
really
ain't gonna
care
lie.
about that.
I ain't gonna lie. If he had a separated rib before the fight, why would you even still fight, bro? I ain't gonna lie.
Because of
Exactly.
the money. I would have did it.
I'm not gonna lie either. Like in interviews after the fight, he never really brought it up as if it was a real issue in the fight.
Exactly.
That nigga Ryan
Look, man,
quit.
you tell
He
me
quit,
after the
bro.
fight I'm gonna have $30 million. I'm going in that
I ain't
bitch
gonna
with a
lie.
broke rib.
I'm going to that bit too. I ain't gonna lie.
That
Yeah, I'm
nigga
going
quit.
with that broke rib
I'm
too.
getting in that mud, boy. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie.
I'm gonna try to win with the
I'm
broker.
gonna get my ass whooped, but I'm gonna be rich as the motherfucker afterward.
Because as soon as the clock was done, he stood straight up. That nigga
Yes.
definitely quit.
He quit.
Everybody say Jamel Charlo a quitter too.
I mean, Jamel
Quitter.
Charlo ain't survived.
Nah,
What's he
Jamel.
And I
survived?
personally
just
feel like
survived though.
I feel like
Jamel
the
wanted that
reason
check.
why Ryan did that was because he didn't want to be put on a highlight reel laid out on the canvas. He knew he couldn't win and just gave up right then and that point.
How you
And
feeling,
this
bro?
is why I'm kind of in between about it, because like, let's say he did get up and he took hella punishment, he would not be the same fighter after that anymore.
He would have got he would have got
Yeah, I mean, if he would have got up, he would have got his ass
Yeah,
beat.
I don't know,
Mel was trying
man.
to survive.
Mario Barrios took hella punishment, and his ass still could throw him. Ryan is young; he could come back from the ass whooping.
Facts.
To be honest, I don't even think Barrios the same fighter anymore.
He's not.
Barrios been playing for a while, but
Ryan
Tank
gave that
He's
nigga
old,
brain
man.
damage.
Barrios that much. Barrios looked pretty good against Lewis.
But Barrios, he started.
Yeah.
His ass.
So KJ, hey KJ,
Who gets his ass? I ain't gonna lie.
KJ, my question to you is,
Ugas is dangerous. Ugas at this point has a broken eye, so every time due to Errol Spence. So when he fought Barrios, that same eye swelled up because Errol broke his eye socket. So Ugas might want to consider retirement. He got into the game kind of late. He didn't start getting on pay-per-views. He was like 35-ish. So yeah, he's at the end of his career. But Ugas is not ass. Ugas was dangerous. I watched his fight.
I agree.
He got robbed. I think he got robbed against Sean Porter. A lot of the losses that he had, you go watch those fights, they were robbing that man.
They're close fights,
First
yeah.
time I watched him lose,
So,
I
hey,
was like,
KJ.
he lost when he fought Errol.
KJ, can I
Yeah.
ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you think anybody in here, like including yourself, do you think you were talking about how earlier you took a liver shot from the guy?
Hey,
you
listen,
were fighting?
Zach, I ain't gonna lie,
Do
we
you
off
think
that
that's-
shit.
Yeah,
Do you
hey,
think
bro.
that's the
Let's
same
move. Let's
exact
move
thing?
on, bro.
Let's move on to something else.
Bro, we were just talking about it 2 minutes ago, bro. What are you talking? It's a real quick
Answer the question. I mean,
It's
finish the
it's a
question,
real
man.
quick question, bro. No, so do you think every single person can deliver a liver punch the exact same?
I think that Tank Davis is a lightweight. So it's certain people that if they're boxers, he's not gonna be able to affect. So I fought a super middleweight. Tank Davis hit that super middleweight, and they're fighting with 8 ounces, and he's fighting a super middleweight. He's not gonna have the same effect as he would have if somebody 140 or 150 and all of that. So at the end of the day, a lot of shit what you're saying has a point, but at the same time, what I experienced fighting a man outside of my weight class, I think I'll be fine taking a little body shot from Tank. Believe it or not, I'm an actual boxer. I'm fighting tomorrow in the Golden Glove at the fucking Rose Cross Raceway. What you saying make more sense towards people who don't fight. As a boxer, you know what you get yourself into.
Facts.
Like that's just it. You
See,
know-
I just can't understand that because I've heard
Hey,
I've
I'm
heard
about to train myself.
see, because the thing is I've heard tons of pro boxers say the exact opposite of you though. So that's the thing.
saying what? Frank Martin sparred with Tank Davis. He said, "Yeah, Tank got good power." That was it. Now they about to fight. I mean, what you saying?
I've heard tons of pro boxers look at that Ryan Garcia liver shot and say, no, he did not quit. It is very hard to get up from that.
Yeah, they supposed to say that because they ever quit.
Oh,
they
so
take
they're
the
just
bitch
supposed
way
to
out.
say
I'm
that.
gonna be honest. Hey, listen, I'm gonna break it down to you. A lot of boxers they take the bitch way out. They say, "No, man, he ain't quit," because that way, if they quit, they could have that excuse. Or
Exactly.
So you really think
if they quit, nobody
an
can bring up that
undefeated
footage. Nobody can bring up the footage of them saying that. Now look, I'm gonna go fight tomorrow. I'm letting you know. If I take a shot to the body, I'm not gonna quit. I fought before. I'm gonna keep fighting until I can't fight. Most
So,
fighters,
KJ,
they
you
know
think-
deep down that somebody can make them quit, so they put that shit out there as a disclaimer because they don't want you to come pulling up a video of them saying, "Hey man, you say you will never quit." You understand what I'm saying?
Right,
That's
right.
it.
So KJ, you think an
They
undefeated
won't market their own fights. I'm letting you know.
And
you think an
KJ,
undefeated fighter with 20 plus wins is about to just quit and give away his undefeated streak?
Walter Durant, one of the greatest fighters that ever lived, he quit against Sugar Ray Leonard.
Exactly.
Did he quit or did he quit?
He said no
He
mas.
said
That's
no
the famous
mas,
fight,
no more.
dude.
He quit.
Mm,
You man my ass.
He said no mas.
But like being weight drained and getting hit in the goddamn.
Don't nobody give a fuck. You signed a
Hold on,
contract.
hold on.
You right about that though. You right about
Yeah, he
that.
quit.
But I'm saying
Hey, bro. Hey, let's move on, man. Let's talk about some upcoming fights.
I have my fight posted. KJITV in action is a tag on TikTok.
Hey,
If you go in the ring and I say, if I go tomorrow and I fight and the motherfucker beat my ass and I go on one knee, that's called quitting.
Absolutely.
Period.
Hey.
Boxers that say, man, he ain't quit, they bitches. I'm telling you, they bitches. They got doubt. They know that it's a time period where they might quit. They don't want you to pull up a video or saying that they would never quit. Me, I'm fighting. I trained to fight, so I'm coming to fight.
But
If you
KJ,
fucking
you
me up,
literally
you can fuck
just
me up,
said,
but I'm
bro.
still trying
You
to win.
literally just said
That's just it.
earlier somebody made
That's
your
just it.
legs weak, bro.
That's the most
He
politically
said let
incorrect
his
answer.
legs weak.
I'm not here to
You
kiss.
literally just said somebody made your
baby.
legs weak earlier. If
But
somebody
He
you,
makes
said
your
he
yeah,
legs
made
but I
weak
his
didn't
because
legs
you
quit.
weak,
can't stand
bro.
up, how
I
you gonna
didn't
sit here
quit.
and say they quit?
He didn't quit
I didn't
though.
quit. I didn't say, oh shit. And that motherfucker was
No,
165
I said
pounds.
that
They
you
tried to pull
said
a fast one.
you said
I
Yeah,
a
didn't
dude
quit.
made your
bro,
legs weak.
you gotta look at it in Ryan Garcia's
Bro, you gotta
shoes.
get
This
off
is a
Ryan
this
No,
is
no,
Garcia.
you
this is a
don't.
guy
No,
Fucking
you
that
don't. No,
it's
you
you
don't.
gotta look at
Listen,
it and shit.
listen.
Ryan Garcia made the business
no,
decision, but he still
no,
did
no,
it.
no. People, what I'm saying,
You
no.
gotta
People,
get
what I'm
off Ryan
saying. I'm
smoking,
talking
bro.
in y'all. I'm talking in y'all favor. Look, he's popular on TikTok, YouTube, or whatever. You know, he got all these girls watching. Had he got
Bro,
up,
you in there,
had he
piece of
had he
shit.
got up, he would have got mauled, and he knew that, so he quit.
You, Ali got his ass whooped in the first Frazier fight. Errol Spence just got his ass whooped, but guess what? It was a $30
They
million ass whooping.
and they
Once you
never
make that
quit.
level, what's the point of quitting? You're getting paid. You're
Did you
getting
see?
That's the
all
thing
Did
with
you
you're
this
see
getting
Ryan
Earl
Garcia
Spence's
dude, man.
face?
Like,
for free for nothing.
Hey,
like
hey,
that's the
the
thing
Tank
about
versus
him,
Frank
bro. Like
Martin fight.
he
I'm
think like
hype
it's
about
the
that one.
whole world just watching him, and he got to look spectacular in every fight, and he just you could tell how he talk
Nah,
and
fuck
shit.
that, man.
You know
Hey,
what I
you
mean?
heard me?
Look,
You heard me, KJ?
It was too much on the line, and he didn't want to embarrass himself, bro. So
He
I
quit.
KJ,
think he quit too.
KJ, you
He
heard
quit.
me? That Tank and
yeah,
Frank
man.
Martin fight, bro. I'm waiting for that one.
Man, that's gonna be a wonderful fight. Everybody say Tank don't fight nobody. The fact that Tank took Frank Martin is actually showing that he's willing to get in there with some of the top talent.
Well, with
Frank Martin is
somebody
not
dangerous.
regarded as top talent, but I promise you, what he brings as far as footwork, hand speed, athleticism, he of course he started boxing late. So right now he don't really got nobody on his resume, but who
Facts,
the fuck do you think really got on his resume? This
facts.
is gonna be a challenging fight for Tank Davis.
Yeah,
Frank Martin's gonna be the most fleet-footed fighter that Tank Davis has ever fought. Period. That's
facts.
it. So Tank is gonna be challenging himself. I don't care what nobody say. Somebody says
It's
Frank
a
is
it's
not
a
dangerous. You must
it's
not be watching.
like I
Yeah,
tell
you only watch
everybody else.
boxing if you
Like I
think
told
Frank
her,
ain't dangerous,
like
tripping,
like I told everybody else. Everybody
tripping.
that Tank fought, Frank Martin can beat him.
Oh yeah,
So
for
that
sure,
says it all.
for sure.
Yeah.
That says it all. He's stepping
I
up in
say
this fight.
this. I say this.
Frank is dangerous.
I'm still not pleased with Javante's choice of fighter, but I'm relieved to see him fighting somebody better than he's been fighting.
Exactly.
Fact.
And guess what? This is the beginning. Tank Davis he's in a position where he can no longer fight bums or run of the mill guys. He can't fight journeyman no more. He made history when he fought Ryan Garcia and he won. So now he's in a position where it's gonna have to be real contenders. Frank Martin is a legitimate guy that can actually be a champion at lightweight.
Yes.
And Frank Martin is talking about going up to 140. I seen a video where he was talking about going up to 140 to fight. I don't know if it was Haney or Garcia, one of them motherfuckers, but he's open to going to 140. He's
I
real.
think that's where he
confident.
belongs, though,
Hey, and I
KJ.
gotta say this, my man to cut you off. Oh yeah, my man left. I was gonna tell FaZe that don't take it personal because he was trying to take this tack that people take, where it's like we all everybody we all friends. We all want to say good things about each other. No, in life, men quit. And just because you quit today don't mean you're going to quit tomorrow. Look at Roberto Duran. He quit and still went on to have a great career. But when a man quit, we got to call it a spade. That way we get better. If you quit at something, you got to admit, I fucking quit. I got to get better. If you don't have quit in you, then you don't have quit in you. But that may not always be the best tactic. Muhammad Ali, it would have been better for him if he had quit in him. Because he took a bunch of damage.
Yeah,
We
for
got to
sure.
call it a spade.
That's what I meant by I'm kind of in between about it because like if
Preach.
you take a lot of punishment, I mean obviously you're not gonna be the same fighter, bro. It's
Yeah, you're not going to be
proof.
the same person.
I
That's
mean, look at
boxing.
Mayweather. He's been dominating the sport for so long because
Floyd
his
Mayweather is
his
not the same person. Floyd Mayweather, listen. Floyd Mayweather was in professional boxing for 20 years. He's still doing exhibitions. But Floyd Mayweather talks with a stutter. You know what I mean? Floyd took a lot of hits in his lifetime. He boxed from the time he came out of the crib. So he could have had better brain functionality. Floyd isn't the best reader. Not was it because he wasn't going to school at a certain age, but because this motherfucker took a lot of hits. So people make fun of him, but they act like, oh, he never got hit. No, I watched Floyd Mayweather fights. This man fought toe-to-toe with DeMarcus Corley coming up in weight. Took huge shots.
Facts.
You know what I mean? The man took shots from
They
Canelo Alvarez.
talk like that.
Canelo
They never
outweighed
been in the
him by
ring.
damn near 20 pounds.
They never
Floyd
been in the
Mayweather
ring at all.
has brain damage, just like a lot of other greats have brain damage. He just deal with it.
Right.
So that's just part of the sport.
Yeah, you're not the same. For an example, like what left lane just said, you're not the same after you get your ass really whooped. Like, look what happened to Jeff Lacey after Calzaghe. He was never the same, ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a vicious ass whooping. Like, you didn't even
I mean,
touch him.
some fighters bounce back from an ass whooping, some don't. So I can't just say what it is.
It
You
depends on
KJ,
the
you
caliber
live
of
stream
man you got
Devin
there.
and Ryan fight.
Well, not just the caliber of the man, that shit, a lot of shit, it comes down, I don't know what y'all believe in, but I believe in the Lord. It comes down to the Lord. You're going to play out whatever that man has scripted for you. So some fighters, they go out there, they get hit in the back of the head, and then they can never walk again. I
True.
watched footage of Ray Robinson getting hit in the back of the head by Carmen Basilio repeatedly, and Ray Robinson was able to walk. He got Alzheimer's later in his life, but it didn't end him. So some shit is not in your control. You go in there, it's going to be what it's going to be. You could cross the street and get hit by a car. You understand?
Yeah, that's
So
just
it's not,
like whatever.
it just, if you're a boxer that's going to get fucked up by boxing, there's nothing that nobody can stop from that happening. It's just going to happen.
And that's the truth. And that was my point for even coming up here. When I was saying that the guy quit. If you've never trained to boxing, if you've never boxed, you don't understand. You're just a fan.
Yeah, I mean, I box. I'm boxing
That's what
tomorrow.
I'm saying. You have to be.
What you said
You
is
have to
perfect.
be
You don't
hit.
understand. It's just a mental thing. It don't have nothing to do. You be getting fucked up. It's mental. You have while I'm fighting. Especially when I first started, I had to get over the fact of the endurance factor of it. But when you fighting, it's demons in your head. Like, bro, fuck this shit. When that happens, you make a decision as a man. Am I going to press forward to win, or am I going to back off? Not everybody takes a knee. Ryan took a knee, but this motherfucker's like Jamel Charlo. Jamel took a knee, physically, but after that he got on his feet. But he took a knee with his actions. He wasn't really trying to win no more.
Right.
So there's multiple forms of quitting, but it all starts with the mind. That's it.
Right.
We've seen great guys get broken down. Most human beings get broke down. Rarely do you see somebody like Muhammad Ali who will die in that motherfucker. Rarely. You know what I mean? And it's not a good thing necessarily that he would die, but it's inspirational because guess what? You will be in a point in life where you backed up against a fucking corner. What you gonna do? You might see that fight where Ali like he was gonna bring a Devin cap going, and that may motivate you to keep going with your job, to keep going with your situation when you in a dark area. So it's good that the Lord make examples like that for people to see that never die approach. But most people, guess what? They will quit under a certain amount of pressure.
Yeah.
Is Ryan less of a man to me because he quit in the face of Tank Davis? No. I don't know Ryan Garcia. But in that instance, he quit. Guess what? He came back and still trying to make big fights. So shout out to Ryan.
I think this fight's gonna be worse, KJ.
Why you
That's
think
crazy.
I think this fight's
Why
gonna
you
be
think that?
worse.
Why you think that?
I think this fight's gonna be worse, man.
Wow.
Because we're talking about 2-division world champion versus another guy. He's never beat anybody. Who's he beat?
Kawaki said it made the same statement about Luke Campbell. That's a strong statement. That's a correct statement. Ryan hasn't beaten
Who's he
top
beat?
tier guy.
Who's he beat?
And Devin has beat Loma. So Devin coming there.
Devin beat Loma.
Then he turned around
Devin
and
beat
you.
champions.
Yep.
Devin
He's a
beat
different
champions.
psychological thing.
Devin beat
Right.
champions.
So
He just
what's
beat- he just beat a champion.
what's your prediction on the fight?
Devin in 8.
Get the fuck out of here.
Hell no.
Damn.
Hell no.
Fuck out of here.
Hell no.
I'll pit my whole.
Hell no.
Listen,
Hell no.
listen, OG Ribson said it today.
If, nigga, if anything, Ryan gonna pit him down to anything.
Hey, get the fuck out.
Hey, Marcus, the crazy part
Bro,
about it,
listen to me.
that's
listen to me.
my name too, though.
Listen to me, fan. You can be a fan all you want, right?
Yeah.
But if you love the sport of boxing, right, the sweet science, right, you
Yeah.
have to understand that there's no way that a fucking Ryan Garcia is gonna beat Devin Haney, bro.
Exactly.
Why you say it's
Yeah,
no
but
way?
that
I
being
don't understand.
I watched Devin Haney have Regis Progress hurt, and I watched Devin Haney decide to just continue to box. Devin sticks to the game plan. So I would be shocked if Devin goes away from that in this fight and shows, you know what, fuck the game plan. If I got you hurt, I'm gonna stop it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Devin really do that since fighting top tier competition. I mean, he stopped some of those, some of the cab drivers and shit, but in the Regis Progress fight, he could have stopped Regis, and he said, no, we're gonna stick to the game plan. Bill Haney reiterates it in the corner. Bill always tells Devin, hey,
Stick
Let's
to the
slow it
plan.
down. Let's stick to the game plan. Don't get it right now. It's too early. Shit like that. That's why I don't think it'll be 8 rounds. So
Hold
I
on,
would
I
have
got
to
a question
2
though.
rounds.
Like, how do you see him stopping Ryan at 8? Like, what is he gonna do? Because he not gonna like knock him out.
Listen, if you guys watched Devin Kambosos, Devin Loma, and then Devin
Read it.
against Prograis, that was a different animal in that ring.
Oh yeah.
It was a
Hell yeah.
completely different animal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Devin is tired of the naysayers saying that he can't hit, he got pillow hands, and he that was a different animal, bro.
The
If
power did
you
look
the
different as
power
well.
was displayed. Look at his frame, bro. He's fucking he's turning into a man.
Oh, keep in mind that Devin was weight trained at 135. That was his own
Yep.
division. He stayed
And
there for
then
like
and then you
decades.
know, like, listen, Tank better stay away from Devin.
Damn.
Nah, man, I don't know about
I ain't
that.
gonna
Brother,
lie.
Why?
Tank
Why?
I
Why?
don't know
Tank
about
Why?
that.
better stay away from
Why?
Devin.
Why though? Why?
At 140.
Man, to be honest, man, I got my
Listen,
own. I got
he
my
was.
own.
I
Like what I
would
think
say
of Devin.
Tank had a
Like
chance against the Devin that fought Kambosos.
Kambosos was never
That
good
new
from the
animal
jump.
that I saw,
Kambosos
this
was
was a new
never good
animal.
from the
That was
jump,
his
bro. He
first
beat
fight
T.O. He
like
beat
that.
T.O. on his bad day, and from
Man, nah,
there,
hell no.
that's where
I
he
ain't gonna,
got
dog.
notoriety.
See,
I
KJ,
ain't gonna.
we went
And
over this already.
yeah,
I
go ahead,
understand
go
fighters
ahead.
have bad days, but bro, listen, it is what it is. Cambosis clipped his ass, and it is what it is. Ain't no bad night, ain't nothing. If T.O.
Ain't,
gonna come,
no, but I'm
in
saying
there with the
like
same,
before the T.O. fight, did
listen,
we know who Kambosos
I
was?
understand. Listen,
No,
But left lane, that's just boxing. Before Pitbull Cruz fought Tank, did we know who he was?
hell
And he
no.
didn't
well,
even win.
yeah,
He just put on a competitive show.
Exactly.
That's just
I don't
boxing.
even.
Hey, but
Yeah,
listen,
but
let me tell you something like this. Styles makes fights. If T.O. gonna come in there and try to knock Kambosos out like he did the first fight, he's gonna lose to Kambosos again, bro. Now, if it's a calm Teofimo that's just calm, it can be whatever. I don't know how that fight will go.
man, T.O. can't beat Victor Ortiz.
You mean Jermaine, or you
I
just
mean,
saying?
the one he just fought.
Oh yeah,
Which
yeah,
one?
Jermaine
Which one
hey,
he
Ortiz.
bro,
just
you had
fought?
me tripping for a minute, man. I was
Yeah,
thinking
Bro,
about
you
something
made
I was
all
gonna
of
say
our brains
Victor.
stop.
I said
Which
ain't
Which
you
one
made
he
all
just
of our
fought?
brains
I don't
stop.
know, like Victor Ortiz.
I
Which
said
one he
Victor
just
ain't
fought?
no
I'm sorry,
154.
He fought Jermaine. He fought Jermaine.
Jermaine. He can't
Hey,
beat
how
him.
did KJ,
I don't know,
guys,
man.
how do you guys think
I don't know. I
Ryan's
think he lost.
like
Yeah, I think he lost
mental
that
health is
fight. But
gonna
I'm
play
talking
out in
about
the fight?
Kambosos, bro.
Yeah, Miguel.
I'm,
So that's one thing that I picked up on. I'm gonna be doing a live about that on Sunday. But Ryan mentally, he didn't look all there in that damn press conference.
He
Boy, it looked like
didn't.
he just. I think
No,
Ryan in a position where the pressure started to get. He gave a speech about it. He's like he under a lot of pressure. How many of you have made $100 million at 25? You can do whatever you want. Like I think he's just trying to make as much money as possible,
That's
and
it.
he's gonna just fight
yeah,
the hardest competition, and
he,
then he's gonna retire.
I mean
Because
he's
boxing,
smoking.
boxing shit,
He's
if you're not really
And
strong-willed, strong-minded, it's gonna be hard for you. Basically, if I was Ryan, if I was in his corner, I would tell him, Ryan, you can't care about what people have to say about you because most of these people don't mean you no good, and that's just life. So fuck what they got to say. Just keep doing you, and then you're not gonna feel no pressure because it don't matter at that point. You can go out there and get knocked out. You're not gonna give a fuck because you was doing it for yourself. You wasn't doing it for these motherfuckers to tell you great. When you're doing it for other people and you care about their opinions, then that's when embarrassment and stuff starts to seep in. But if you don't give a fuck, how the hell you gonna be embarrassed? I didn't give a fuck regardless. Y'all laughing at me now or y'all cheering for me now. I didn't care from the jump. That's the advice I would give Ryan. But his mental health doesn't look right. I mean, you got a big fight coming up, and they said you smoking and drinking and stuff like that. That's not against Devin Haney.
yeah,
Devin,
No,
exactly.
Devin,
I
That's
was
and
why.
really thinking maybe he's trying to go into being the modern day Ricardo Mayorga.
no,
yeah,
this
Yo,
he's
he had
definitely
a
not all
weird
there,
ass
man.
style, but he
Something
could get
going
away
on.
with that. He
No,
had
with
a style
with
though with Chismo.
with a
I don't
lot of
really have
just
no
the
people.
beef with
face
style.
off. Did you guys see the face off when they were facing off at the end?
Yeah,
Like Haney was
he
just
didn't.
yelling
He,
at him, and Ryan, you could see he's taking deep
Ryan didn't want to speak
gulps.
because his breath smelled like alcohol.
Hey,
That's why he didn't want to speak.
KJ, you said
Hey, I
something.
ain't
You
gonna
said
lie.
something
Nigga,
that I
Haney
had
caught
meant
him.
to say, but I didn't get a chance to
Hey,
say.
when that
Devin is
Cambosis,
fighting for legacy. Ryan is fighting for a check. It's
Yes,
different.
exactly,
facts,
exactly.
Damn, who said
Some
that?
fighters do both. Floyd
Ripsaw
was
said
a
it.
fighter, and Ali was a fighter that was doing both.
Ripsaw
facts.
said it. The guy
They
that
were
sounds
fighters
like
that were
Lennox
doing both.
Lewis.
I like fighters that
That's
do
for
both, bro.
real.
At least
Nigga
do
fighting
both.
for a
Alright,
check.
if this nigga Ryan come out and just knock Devin Haney out, this shit gonna like
He's not gonna knock him out. Devin hasn't
Hey,
been
bro.
knocked
Hey,
out, bro.
don't Ripsaw sound like Lennox Lewis?
Dude, Devin Haney gets hit by no one who can punch.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
but
Like,
he
you gotta
keeps
understand
going.
though. Like,
No, that's
We're
Cal.
this
talking
ain't
Hell
no
about.
no.
Ryan that fought
Tripping.
Tank though. He more improved. He actually got weight on him. Like, y'all just sleep. Y'all think Devin just gonna 12-0 this nigga or something?
No, you see.
Man, listen, he came back and beat a tomato can and you say he improved.
Somebody
Come
said,
on.
like, if you see me, what's your comment, man? What you trying to say? Devin and Tank with 8-ounce gloves by, gone lights out, and you scared to accept it. Oh, okay. I just read your comment. So now the world has read your comment, and we moving on to live, my brother.
Devin and 8.
That is not
I
happening.
think less than 8.
Hey,
Personally.
when Cambosos and Lomachenko.
I don't know what to expect because Ryan said he smokes and he drinks, so I don't know.
Devin and 8.
Nigga said Devin and 8.
I'm
talking about like when they fighting though. When they supposed to be fighting.
Fuck it. We ain't look. That fight shouldn't even be happening. Loma should be fighting Shakur Stevenson. Like that's the thing. Like Devin Haney and Ryan.
Hey, so what I said about Cambosos earlier.
That's a great fight, but Loma versus Cambosos is not really a great fight, man. That's dumb.
Yo, KJ, what I said earlier about Cambosos is gonna show in the Loma fight, bro. That's all I gotta say.
Oh, what you mean like that he was not really on the level?
Yeah, for sure.
Listen, literally, Bob know what he's doing. Maybe Bob is setting Loma up for one more big fight because he's trying to match him up real well. Loma is supposed to make Cambosos look silly. That's Loma's
Absolutely.
job.
Yeah.
But Cambosos, guess what? When you put them gloves on and when you go through that work that you put in, you could upset anybody. Any man can upset anybody. That's the whole thing about the boxing. So Cambosos, he could go out there and have a teal moment again. We don't know, but that's not like Loma's supposed to go out there and really shit on them.
Yeah.
But you have to deal with probabilities, right? There are possibilities and there are probabilities. So anything is possible, but not probable.
Right. Exactly.
The crazy part about it is that shit like all over the place. Cambosos BTO, Cambosos off the Devin, Cambosos like God, he like I don't know, bro. That shit.
That was all set up for Devin to be undisputed.
And let's not forget about who was it that he fought? Maxie Hughes. Maxie Hughes gave Cambosos a run for his money, bro. Come on. Who was Maxie Hughes?
That was like before Dev. I mean, that was before Bud and Earl fight, wasn't it?
No, I don't really watch Showbiz.
I think that was after the Devin fight. I'm not sure.
But whenever I see Showbiz and his channel growing, I always like his little post about that. I like how he's been able to grow his channel and grow his name. But I don't be watching the people because number one, I don't be having time. Number two, a lot of his takes different from mine, so it's like I don't be really into him like that.
A lot of people be thinking he biased too, but he literally give like pros and cons on both fighters. Like whenever
who we talking about?
At the end of the day, Showbiz is a brother, and I'm glad to see him succeeding. But I don't really tune in that much. But I do like his little post when he posts about the growth of his channel. So everybody, if you watch Showbiz, keep watching him. And if you don't know who Showbiz is, check his ass out.
Hey, KJ, when you think you're going to go pro?
I'm going pro after this year. I would have been pro if I didn't lose the job I had.
Okay.
I didn't lose the job. Fucking, well, yeah, that's the thing. I was on TikTok. I'm like, okay, I'm about to go pro. They cut my pay. So I'm like, all right, so then I go get a job. That building closed down. So it's like me, I got a plan for going pro. It's not just like I'm gonna be out here not doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Oh, yeah.
Everything is based on the training and the approach. So once I have a certain amount of money, I'm like, okay, I can go pro because I can put a certain amount of hours towards this shit every day. That's how I was able to become a good amateur, putting a certain amount of hours every day. But I'm going pro at the end of this year, Lord willing. I stay healthy and everything lined up for me monetarily. I could pay for my own career.
Hey, stay
what about your fight tomorrow?
Oh, tomorrow I'm gonna go get active. The fuck you mean?
Where is it?
Oh, it's at Rose Star Raceway, 6336 Rose Star Raceway. It's
gonna be on YouTube or something?
No, I'm posting on Patreon.
Bro, how old are you?
All of my fights, my personal shit, it will be on Patreon, even when I go pro. Like when I'm fighting in them early debut fights, I'm gonna market all my own shit. I'm not pushing no amateur fight because I'm not getting paid. So what the fuck I'm gonna do a live about that?
How old are you, bro?
What?
How old are you?
Wait, KD, you
I just turned 25.
Oh, you got
wait,
time.
KD, you not in the amateurs.
You still got time.
You not in the amateurs.
Hey, you said you
135. I believe in myself. You always got time. Look at Barroso.
Hey,
yeah, it's just like after 35 though, we always see like, fighters announcing their retirement. It's probably something they probably don't feel the same.
KJ.
Look, they probably don't feel the same, but everything mental, man. If I was 35, I'd say I got time. If I started boxing at 45, I'm gonna still have my self belief. Like I don't. When you doing something, whatever you doing, all of this time shit, you compare yourself to the next person.
Oh
Floyd
God.
Mayweather started boxing out of the crib. Not everybody started boxing out of the crib, but some of them was able to reach that level of greatness. You feel me? Sugar Ray Robinson started boxing at 14. He wasn't the best to ever do it. Rocky Marciano won undefeated. He started boxing at fucking 20. Like this shit is about you as individuals. That's why I love it. It's like track. It's individual sport. You don't know what the next man will bring.
KJ,
Look at programs. Look at programs.
You're not in the amateurs, are you?
Huh?
You not in the amateurs? Are you in the amateurs?
Yeah, I'm about to fight tomorrow in the Golden Glove.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is my last year. Well, Lord willing, is my last year amateur because I gotta make sure my money right so I can train a certain amount of
How
times
long?
a day.
How long you been an amateur?
I've been an amateur for 3 years. So this is it. It would have been over last year, but like I said, money problem.
Oh, okay.
Shit, I got Tank Davis next.
Right now, I train. When I train from 9 to 1:30. When I go pro, I want to train anywhere from 8 to 10 hours a day when I have a fight. That means I have to have a certain amount of money to give me the ability to do that.
Facts.
So to me, everything mental, everything is about an approach and about self-belief and belief in the Lord, belief in myself.
What weight class are you at?
Hey, I'm finna start training
What
myself.
weight class you fighting?
154.
You heard
Okay.
me, KJ? I'm finna get me a trainer myself. I'm finna start training.
Hey man, look, whatever you do, you gotta believe in yourself. That's it. Like when I started, I know much more than when I started. I always was saying crazy shit. Like, I walked into the gym like, yeah, I was there. My boys, they was there. He was like, man, you think we could do this shit? When I walked, I said, yeah, man, I'll be everybody. I'll be Canelo. I'll be this person, that person. My first day in the gym. The more that I learned, I realized it's not just belief and talking shit. It's more so about training and preparation.
Putting that work in.
Get your body for it.
So if you're gonna do it, don't do it because you necessarily inspired by me, but do it because you're inspired by you, that you believe in yourself.
Facts.
You know what I mean? If you do it, just make sure you're 100% dedicated. Like you really gonna go after it. If you bullshit, people out here that's training 8 to 10 hours a day, they gonna hurt you.
What's your fighting style, KJ? Yeah. What's your fighting style? Who you compare yourself to?
I don't know. Like when I get in there, I literally just read the opponent and try to react. I've had fights. You go to it says KJITV in action. I had a fight where I was in Philly, and that dude was so fast and aggressive. I fought on the back foot. I outboxed him.
What was his name? I'm from Philly.
But it's on video. I made him look silly.
No,
Now,
but it
I had another fight where I was in Westminster. I was fighting a guy out of what's his name? Over in Easton. I don't know the name of the gym, but I came forward in that fight. And he was shorter, but he wasn't as athletic as a Philly fighter. So I took a different approach. And that fight was actually, I like that fight more because I like the 3-minute fight. I don't like the 2-minute amateur fights.
Yeah.
But I can't say what style I'll be trying to do whatever I need to do.
You southpaw or orthodox? You southpaw.
Southpaw. I don't even switch. Somebody said not to be disrespectful, but KJ, how old are you? I'm 25, man. I answered that, but you must have been a lot.
Hey, I'm a natural right-hander, but then when I try to get up in my room and shit and try to get in the southpaw orthodox stance, I feel more comfortable in the southpaw stance for some reason.
Oh well,
what you be doing in your room?
When I listen,
you're not a fighter.
Listen, no, because I'm finna start though. I want to start.
That nigga said you're not a fighter. Chill.
What am I doing? What happened?
I said, what you be doing in your room, Kawaki?
But look, listen. What I want to say is,
I mean, listen, Kawaki. When I started, I didn't know nothing about boxing. I was literally in college, and I wanted to box, and that's because I seen this shit, and I'm watching. I'm like, damn, this is something I get into. I was playing rugby. I always been into physical sports and shit. So I was in my room, like how you probably in your room now doing. That's why I started in my room doing jab and shit.
Yeah, that's what I be doing.
All that. Then I looked it up. How do you get into boxing? You had to find a trainer and get with the amateur boxing organization. Down in Mexico, they turn pro early. I wouldn't recommend that in America because so much is based off your record. So I would recommend you have an amateur career, get settled, figure out how to box, get conditioning for it, and then go pro.
Yeah, but that's what I was doing.
Starting in your room is not really a knock. Even though Rip Sauce, he said that and it was funny. It's not a knock. Everybody starts somewhere.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I see a lot of stuff online, and then a lot of people give training hints and shit of who's southpaw and orthodox, and then I get into a southpaw or orthodox stance, and you know what I'm saying, I see which one I'm comfortable with. Nah, I don't spar with people, but what I'm saying.
When you spar, you're gonna figure out which stance you're more comfortable in, which stance you're not getting hit in. You know, you gotta spar.
Yeah.
That'll let you know a lot. Hey, Mike, thanks for the
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, that
Hey,
shit
bro.
crazy.
What headgear do you use when you spar?
I use the title. I regular number one when I'm sparring, I use whatever the fuck headgear I use. But for my competition, I just use the standard title headgear. I don't care about headgear because my whole thing is about making sure I'm ready as a pro. So I don't give a fuck about none of that. I just want to be a good professional. That's why I train real hard. Like, I don't train like no amateur. But yeah.
Yeah, I got a question. What the replacement for Devin Haney and Ryan? He was like 29-0. Did I hear that right?
Yeah,
The
Barboza?
fighter that was
yeah, he's
replaced for
29 and
Devin.
0.
Oh, they were gonna because Ryan was talking about jumping out of the fight.
Yeah, if somebody drops out, they got that replacement guy. He went up there and
Yeah,
what do you guys think about him? You guys know
Arnold
about him?
Barboza.
I don't know much about him, so I couldn't even speak. I know I heard his name at the press conference. That's about it. I don't know much about him. I couldn't speak on it. Everybody else, y'all seen him fight before. Go ahead and answer Miguel on that.
I think he just an average. I don't think he talented like that. That's just my opinion. But yeah, you can do your further research.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. I thought maybe he was 29-0, so I just thought maybe he was somebody, but I've never heard of him either.
Maybe he's just not a pay-per-view draw, like, you know what I'm saying? He just don't got the attention.
Yeah, it matters.
That matters a lot. You could be ass as fucking, you know.
KJ quit in the gym. There's footage. Where the fuck footage?
KJ quit in the gym. Oh shit,
He quitting KJ.
Bring that
KJ quit in the gym. KJ getting exposed is crazy. That's crazy.
Bring that footage up.
You ever got knocked out,
You gotta
KJ?
show proof, maneuver.
Ever been knocked out, KJ?
No.
I don't think KJ.
Not on wood, right?
Yeah,
think-
type shit.
Street
No,
fight.
I think
I don't
KJ know
care
what he's
none of
doing, bro.
that. I'm like this, man. Like boxing is like the streets. I'm not no street dude. It's similar. When you in that life, you in that life. So there's guys who act like they want to be street, but then they get shot. They want to change it. They crying and all that. I'm in the sport of boxing. You could die in boxing. You know what I mean? I accept all of that shit. I'm not afraid of that. I'm not afraid of getting knocked out. I'm not afraid of getting hit. I'm not afraid of none of that.
Facts.
I love the sport I'm doing. I train hard every day.
Facts.
I'm not worried.
Yeah,
Like,
I
all
feel
you gotta do is
I'm today because tomorrow the fight. I done did all my
like in boxing, bro. Like, just don't think about what if I get knocked out of here. Just get in there and do what you got to do, bro. That's all you got to do.
shit, I'm a hooper. I ain't even a boxer. Shit, so y'all got
It's different. Boxing and hooping different.
Yeah, it's way
But
different.
I ever sparred under doghouse rules? I never sparred under doghouse rules. I mean, I tell you one thing though. Me and my boy sparred, and he's top fighting, but he's light heavyweight, super middleweight, whichever around there. He fast as hell. Me and him will spar with no headgear and with 12s on and shit for like 30 minutes. So I guess you could call that doghouse, but doghouse is different because it's people actually watching. The atmosphere is totally different. I never sparred on a doghouse roof, but I sparred without headgear for a long period of time with me and my friend. But I don't be telling my coach, oh, he probably not gonna see this shit live anyway. But that's just something I like to do. I'm telling my coach though, but he ain't gonna see anyway. Fuck it. That motherfucker, he's the best at technology. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you guys final thoughts before I get out of here, KJ. I think Ryan's gonna get his ass beat by Devin. He's just a star. His Twitter following is not gonna make him a better fighter. They're not gonna be in there in the ring with him.
Facts.
His mental health is not gonna help him. You could see it all throughout the press conferences. After
he did not look right in the press conference, I must say.
Yeah.
Like, it was like he was so worried about what people was thinking about. I'm like, Ryan,
Yeah.
it's not going to matter. You're still going to be rich. You had a very good amateur career, and in the pros, you're not beating the top competition, but it is what it is. You out there, you're trying your best. But like
Yeah.
every 5 seconds, he was trying to validate himself. And
Yeah.
he needed the people to tell him, oh, it's okay, Ryan. You don't have to explain yourself. He's like, oh, you're right. Maybe I don't have to explain myself. Like, bro, you in a sport where you can't really afford that type of shit. Just go out there and execute. But you know what, though? Terrence Crawford, before he put on one of the greatest performances of that year and probably of all time, he was beefing with people in the crowd, too. So maybe we're just looking too deep into it. Maybe Ryan zoned in. Maybe he locked in. Maybe that's just what he does.
No, I think he was ready to cry. Honestly, he looked. Honestly, I felt sorry for Ryan during the press conference. I think Devin's in his head already.
I
Yeah, I
ain't
mean,
gonna
Devin
lie. If a
bringing up
nigga,
that
I
shit
think
about
I don't
him
think Devin
quitting.
is it.
yeah, if a,
I think it's the pressure. I think it's the pressure.
I think if a nigga call me a bitch, I'm snatching his chain. I ain't no way he just going. You know
I
what
mean,
I'm
but
saying?
Marcus, what you
Family.
think for you about
Exactly.
to make $20 million?
Exactly.
Nah, bro.
Oh, but
You saying someone talking to me like that in
Derek
front of
James
my
was
family?
calming him down. He was trying to talk, but Derek James kept telling him like, "Bro, just keep your cool.
I
We
would
don't
have
say
smacked
shit."
the shit out
Yeah,
of that.
he
I would have smacked.
needed
He
to
called me a bitch
calm
in front of my
down.
mom. I would have smacked the shit out that.
Bro,
Look,
go
man,
back.
y'all talking like men who haven't made millions. I'm not me. If I make a couple $1,000,000, you can say whatever the hell you want about me. I'm not jeopardizing my wealth. I'm not jeopardizing my position because with the money that I have, I'm able to feed multiple families.
You right. You
Most
right
men, they
though.
can't feed.
Yeah.
Even me, right now, I can't feed no family. That's why I don't have any kids. So when y'all talking like men who haven't really accomplished a lot. The more you accomplish, the less you're gonna be willing to get active because you have more to lose.
You right
So
about
Yeah,
that.
man. I
I fuck
mean,
Ryan
I
and
mean,
then
it's a
somebody
press
talking
con.
bitch. Oh, I'm gonna go out here and hit Haney and jeopardize a fight, jeopardize making $20 million. That's just silly, man.
You
Yeah,
right.
and this is a press
Yeah,
conference,
that's
bro. It's
true.
not like the
That's
first press
true.
conference or something
Shit,
like
I
this
would have
happened.
pushed
Like
him or
shit
something.
like this
I
happen
ain't
in
gonna
press
lie.
I mean,
conferences all the
he already
time.
pushed him. He pushed him the other day, and we made
Shit, I
jokes
thought he
about it
was
because
about.
that shit
I
look like
thought Ryan was
WWE.
locked
KJ, I
But
got
then
a
you
question for you.
this right here, before you go, I'm gonna let you ask the question. But this right here was the best shit that Ryan did, leaking his sparring. That shit. Now that's chess. That's chess. Because now
bro. He's locked
the
in.
media is putting pressure on Haney now, and not just the the
I
guys
will.
with the cameras, but the motherfuckers on social media. They like, damn, Devin. So what Ryan did with this was better than anything he's done in any of these press conferences. I didn't believe it when he pushed Haney. I thought this shit was like WWE. But releasing this shit, that was a chess move. But like, there's no way that Devin didn't feel different about this footage being out because now he had a moment where he's like, damn, do I really got to defend myself for this shit? Motherfuckers acting, this is annoying. I'm no longer even this
Yeah,
fighter. I'm a
Devin.
much better fighter now. So what Ryan did with this footage was strategic. It was smart.
Yeah, Devin's been mad insecure
It's
about that
that he
video for
gonna
years.
get an animal that we never seen before, and Devin is gonna whoop his
Possibly.
ass in 8.
Yep. It could be like with Floyd and I told Gotti when Floyd was mad that Gotti was bringing up the domestic violence and stuff. Like, and Floyd went out and Floyd wanted to push the fight back, but Gotti didn't allow him to push the fight back. So Floyd had to go for a plea so he could get back to training.
You're gonna see Haney hit the floor in 6.
Yep, that's what I
If I
think
was
too.
Ryan, I
I
would
believe.
look into that
You on
video.
drugs, boy?
Hey, look, I wouldn't be surprised to see Devin Haney get hurt. Tank Davis got hurt by one of those hooks. Tank is so good. This is the thing. I said it in a different live, but Tank, his ability to take punishment, his ability to deal with power shots is amazing. He don't get his credit for that. People give Triple G all the credit in the world for his chin and his punch, his durability. Tank Davis got some of the same shit Triple G got. He has the same shit that Triple G has. He takes those flush shots and just goes with the flow.
No,
But Ryan
always
hurts.
get. I
That's why
always
after
gave.
the fight, Tank said that Ryan hit him harder than anybody had ever hit him.
And he was weight drinking
And so
too.
Devin could potentially get rocked, wobbled, or dropped. But the thing is this: if Ryan don't get a knockout, I see Devin Haney getting back up and just going back to boxing.
Nah, that nigga ain't
Like,
gonna get up. I ain't gonna lie, KJ. That nigga not getting up.
I mean,
Devin Haney?
That nigga Devin not getting up if he get hit.
at the end of the day, we watched the sparring sessions of him getting rocked by Tank. Of course, they have on gloves, but that shit builds mental toughness. He didn't quit.
You
He
right.
was a child.
Yeah.
And that's what everybody is saying. So actually, this video coming out, it kind of works in Devin's favor in some
It
people's
works for
eyes because everybody's saying he
Yeah.
held his own.
Yep.
So and he was 16 years old at the time. So it's working in his favor too in some people's eyes.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Have a good one. I'll catch you guys on the next live.
All right,
All
Michael.
right, man.
All right,
Yeah,
man.
actually,
Miguel. Michael.
we might go ahead and end it, man. We had a lot of fun. I've been up here for over an hour.
Wait, KJ,
So,
I have one
I
more question
came in
before
a
you
little
go.
late.
all right.
We'll see you guys.
Ask questions,
What's
man.
up?
What's
All
up?
right, all right. You say you have a fight tomorrow. Did you hydrate and eat already?
Nah, man. I'm actually about to make sure that I'm on weight. I'm gonna go to the gym. If I'm not on weight, get in the sauna for a little bit, but I'm not gonna get to eat until I get off the little scale.
And that's tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow. The fight tomorrow.
You fight the same day as the weigh-in?
It's amateurs, man.
Oh fuck! I didn't know it works like that.
The amateurs
Yeah,
does.
amateurs is crazy. That's why when they tried to set my ass up to fight that super middleweight, that's what they tried to kill me. I'm waiting for 152, motherfucker 165.
Yeah,
But
them
all
tournaments
fight,
be crazy too. Staying on weight a whole week.
Jesus.
Those tournaments be crazy. Tournament
Oh yeah,
fights, like where you
tournaments
have to
is
stay
really
on weight.
wild, bro. tournaments is really wild because you got to stay on weight, and then they have you fighting the day after the next day. But this is
You could be
different.
whole
You don't have to
rocked
fight
and
the
fight
next day.
again.
Yeah, we don't have to fight the next. Back in the day, it was even worse. Like you read about that shit. Like, but anyway, I'm out, man.
All right, get you a
Y'all
steak,
have a
KJ.
good
Tap
evening.
into
Thanks for coming up to the
your
live. This was
fights.
a very electric live, man. We got to talk. And the dude who's up here, Zach, no hard feelings. I was just telling you how men talk. If we watch a man quit, they quit. If I go out there, I quit tomorrow. Guess what? You could call me out on it. That's just life. I'm not gonna make excuses for Ryan or for nobody. And sometimes it's not about excuses. Sometimes it's a reason. Like Antonio Margarito, he dominated Cotto, but we found out he had cement in his glove. So that's not Cotto quitting. That's Cotto being a victim of a fucked up organization. But yo, I'm out, man. Y'all have a good evening.
All
All
right,
right,
bro. Good luck
KJ.
with your fight, man.
All right,
Peace
big
out.
All right,
dog.
man. Thank you.